Welcome back. I'm Miss Hauser. As a former language arts teacher, I'm creating videos that cover the middle school language arts standards. And if you like my videos, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and strike that bell so you can get notified when I release a new video. Today's topic is conflict in literature. In language arts, conflict is a literary device characterized by the struggle between opposing forces. We're going to take a deep dive into conflict here, so strap up. But before we begin, may I just mention, I've written a book called Galacticab Catastrophe. It's a time travel tale that incorporates language arts standards into its plot. But don't worry, I've heard it's a fun read. Here's a small sampling of the components we'll cover in this YouTube channel. And of course, may I mention these standards are also covered in my novel. Pretty cool, huh? So conflict is a literary device characterized by a struggle between opposing forces. And I don't know about you, but I'm thinking we need to move pretty quickly on to the next slide before that dino gets any closer. When analyzing conflict, a great question to ask is why? Why does an author use or even need conflict? Why not write about hot air balloons, hummingbirds, or butterflies? Those topics are so pleasant. An author uses conflict to create tension in writing, and tension keeps the story interesting. You better get going, little elf man. But it looks like Elfman has stopped running. Why did he stop? Elfman, get going, little buddy. That dino's going to munch on your bones. In literature, there are two main categories of conflict: internal conflict and external conflict. An internal conflict occurs when the character has a conflict with themselves. Looks like this kid is frustrated that he doesn't have the confidence to try out for the choir. Or maybe he's upset because he didn't practice enough and isn't ready to try out for the choir. And that's a shame, because I bet he has a good voice. But either way, whether he's struggling with his own self-confidence or his study skills, he's wrangling with an internal struggle. Sorry, buddy. But I guess there's always next year, right? There are 5 main types of external conflict: man versus man, man versus society, man versus nature, man versus the supernatural, and man versus technology. A man versus man conflict involves a mental or physical struggle between 2 or more characters. A great example of a man versus man struggle is a protagonist going up against an antagonist. And although it's termed a man versus man struggle, it could involve any gender. Looks like Boxer Girl is going up against her opponent. And did you know that a struggle between 2 animals or mythological characters or creatures is also considered a man versus man struggle? Crazy, huh? Looks like Boxer Girl's opponent has recruited some reinforcements. This is still a man versus man struggle because these fighters are all in direct opposition to each other, and they're within the same group of opposing forces. The second type of external conflict is man versus society. In this type of conflict, an individual or group of individuals challenge societal norms, which are also known as the status quo. The individual or group of individuals hold values, beliefs, or preferences that are in opposition to the norms of society. When people organize to challenge and change laws they believe to be unjust, they are engaging in a man versus society conflict. The Montgomery bus boycott of 1955 is an example of a man versus society struggle. Throughout history, there have been, and there continue to be, numerous man versus society struggles. The next type of conflict is man versus nature. In this type of conflict, the problem is between man and natural phenomena, a predatory animal, or a contagious disease. Whew, looks like there's a storm blowing in. More examples of man versus nature conflicts might include a mad dog chasing us during an earthquake, and it looks like this crazy canine has rabies. Yikes! Another type of external conflict is man versus the supernatural. Is that a ghost up there on the hill I see? Yikes! Let's get out of here. The last type of conflict we'll discuss today involves man versus technology. In a man versus technology conflict, man struggles against a machine, robot, or the threat of mechanical failure. Because our astronaut is in outer space, this could also be considered a man versus nature struggle. However, because our spaceman forgot to pack his extra oxygen tank and he just found out there's an engine problem on his spacecraft, this is also a strong example of a man versus technology conflict. Poor guy. So conflict is an essential part of any story. A writer uses conflict to keep the reader interested and engaged. Hey, watch out for those boxing gloves. They appear to be moving on their own, and I really don't want you to get hurt. So I must mention that my book is available on Amazon for $9.99. The ebook's available for $2.99. What a deal. No elfmen, boxer girls, or astronauts were harmed in the making of this video. Check out my website at www.zoehauser.com. And thanks to Bensounds for providing our music. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.